As someone who lives near wetlands and witnesses waterfowl in their home environment on a daily basis, yeah, this is pretty accurate. Migration. The actor who voiced King Julian from the Madagascar franchise now plays the patriarch of a family of ducks. And unlike his previous character, this duck does not like to move it. At least not out of his home pond. Until some migrating ducks, decide to pay a visit, and he's guilted by the rest of the family into finally going on a vacation. Even though he's terrified of everything beyond the border of their pond. And not only did this accurately portray the arduous journey that waterfowl have to take every year, but actually twice a year. North in the summer, south in the winter. Anyway. But also, this is pretty accurate about what happens during a family vacation. I don't think anyone could look at this film and say, oh, that never happened to me during a vacation. Because while National Lampoon's Vacation was a bit exaggerated, we've all been there. What should be an easy trip becomes an arduous disaster. Friends are made, enemies are made. Bathroom breaks are too frequent for the patriarch to not grind his teeth. And boredom sets in very quickly. So distractions are numerous. The cast of the family are great. The wife is loving and understanding, but does have her limits. The kids are fairly accurate. A teen son and a very young daughter. Even a brother of the mallard, who's voiced by Danny DeVito. And he was the most relatable. Then, of course, there's Awkwafina as a pigeon. You know I can't hate Awkwafina. And while she doesn't get as much screen time as I'd hoped, she did good with what little time she had. And then we meet a native of the destination where the family's going, basically a bird in a gilded cage, who wants to go home. So he becomes their guide to get back to where he's from, namely Jamaica. And while things are arduous, to say the least, they even meet up with some domestic white geese, ducks, who at first seem a little cult-like. Then they find out where the ducks live is seemingly a paradise, but I can read the writing on the wall and figure out that the villain, which is a chef specializing in duck dishes, is actually, this is where he gets his supplies, if you know what I mean. And this villain, he does not speak. We hear him grunt and scream a bit, but he never actually speaks. It's only the animals that speak. And I found that interesting. This guy proves to be very, very disturbed. I mean, he goes after domestic geese, not geese, ducks, sorry. Domestic ducks, wild ducks. He just very, very brutish, but not in a bad way. He proves to be the foil needed to get the head of the duck family out of his shell and turn him from a chicken to an eagle. metaphorically speaking. So yeah, overall, Migration was actually a pretty decent family film. It wasn't too long, it wasn't boring, and I did enjoy the payoff at the end. You might want to wait for it to stream rather than sit in a theater, but if you're going to see it in a theater, see it in a place with a big screen, because the locations and water effects that are on display are actually worth the price for the most part. This is Mr. J signing out and reminding you, don't feed bread to waterfowl. It messes with their stomachs. Feed them birdseed and maybe green peas. Also, I've heard duck is too greasy to eat, so I can confidently say my stomach has been duck-free, period. Waterfowl are friends, not food.